Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for joining the webinar. I will allow folks to log in. First of all, I apologize. I actually, I think I put this was from 3 to 4 in the show notes, and I got a notification that the webinar started in 1 hour at about an at 1 o'clock. And I thought, oh gosh, I better check. And sure enough, the webinar was from 2 to 3. I do a lot of webinars for the Miami Realtors, and I have my Zoom set to Eastern Standard Time just so that I always get that correct. So my apologies. It's going to be a great webinar. By the way, I want to ensure that if you have any questions, you can ask those. I'll pull that up here. And so I see a great number of folks on the call, so that's great. We will get started then. So just kind of bring you up to speed a little bit. Hopefully most of you, all of you are on my email list. I've done no social media posting on this. It was just to my email list, and invited both students with Global Real Estate School and people who've already gotten their license. And there may be others on the call besides that. One of my real passions in life, first of all, I've been selling real estate since I was a kid, 18 years old, and have been running a real estate school since 1987 and online since 2017. I did put my school online for CE in 1998. Believe it or not, there were two schools that were online at that time, myself and Real Estate Express in Missouri. And my dad passed away in 2001, and I had a lot of stuff going on, and I just did not pursue the online portion because they started integrating some additional challenges and problems. And anyway, I won't bore you with that, except to say I've been running my online real estate school since 2017 after my wife's encouragement, and we're in 10 states now. And my real passion and goal is to help real estate students succeed in this business because it can be a challenging business. And so I want to ensure, I'm going to put my phone on do not disturb. I want to ensure that people can succeed in this business. And the really cool thing about all of this is I've been listing and selling real estate kind of part-time the last, I don't know, 15 years or so, and doing a lot more speaking, training, running the real estate school. And I have to be honest with you, I have missed being in the trenches as an agent. So my daughter Ann has her license, and the two of us are planning to do more real estate business. I don't want to say I'm tired of going out and speaking, but I want to be more kind of choosy about where I go and when I go out to speak. And, I guess that's part of getting older and so forth and so on. So what I'm showing you today is stuff that I'm incorporating right now to build my business back up. Because I have a sphere of influence, and I have people I call on, but I've always been one to go out and prospect. When I was actively selling real estate full time, I I farmed. I beat the bushes. When I say farming, that is going out and working neighborhoods. Well, today it's absolutely mind-boggling what you can do using some of the free tools that are out there and how we can really do farming and right from our computer. So I had a lady the other day, she said, I'm a stay-at-home mom, can I still make a living doing this? And I said, absolutely. There's lots of ways you can do this. So anyway, I'm back in the trenches. I just sold a condo to myself, my wife and I, and we actually have our home up for sale now, and we're downsizing, going into a condo. We're very excited about it. I'm going to start listing and selling real estate full time again, and my daughter and I are going to probably open a little office somewhere. That's our goal or a plan. But anyway, I got to I got to generate some deals. So I'm going to be doing some webinars over the next few months, moving forward, not only to help my students, to help you succeed in this business, but also to help me because this stuff works. So what I'm showing you is actually stuff I'll be doing. So let's just jump in and get to work, okay? So I'm going to share my screen here, and we will go right out here. I was going to set something up on my global real estate school, and this wasn't a plug for global real estate school, so I apologize about that. So we can actually do this. I'm part of Maris. My MLS is part of St. Louis Mid-America Regional Information Systems, and as part of the Association of Realtors, we all have access to RPR, the Realtors Property Resource. And so I'm going to show you, we're going to do a couple of things here. And I'm going to use AI during this presentation, how I'm using it. But the first thing I want to show you is what this thing called geo farming. And I actually discovered this through the personal market company, which we're going to actually send some postcards out. Okay. This is the company I use. By the way, I make no money from the personal marketing company. I just like them. This is the company that we used years ago when I had a Better Homes and Gardens franchise. And by the way, that was the first Better Homes and Gardens franchise. There was an actual franchise from the magazine, from the Meredith Corporation. And then that kind of went away, and we joined GMAC, and then I went independent. And then Better Homes and Gardens, I guess, got resurrected through the whole Realogy, which I think they're a different name now. But when we were with Better Homes and Gardens, we used the personal marketing company. If some of you are from Missouri, they were actually at the Winter Business Conference, and I had a chance to stop by and tell them how much I love their product. I use it all the time, and I have an account. We're logged in here. So I was sending out some just sold postcards this past fall with my daughter. We did this in like 15 minutes in no time. But what I noticed was through the personal marketing company, they required, or you can upload your own list. However, they want to do kind of a radius around the property that you sold. So, and I'll show you that in a minute when we get there. So you can literally so actually, let's just log in. And so I'm going to go to products, and I want to do postcards right here. Okay. And by the way, I'm going to give you another resource on how you can get these postcards sent out at a fraction of the cost. Okay. So don't jump off the webinar, because I have a solution here for you. I'm all about trying to help you not spend money. Okay. So in the old days when I was a speaker, I was saying, oh, look at this tool. It's cool. Look at that. And then I discovered people were like, would you shut up about all the spending money and show us what we can do for free? So a lot of what I'm trying to show you is either free or very minimal cost. And so I use a lender who will help do this same exact thing. You don't have to go through the personal marketing company, but this is not that expensive. It's less than what my wife and I paid for a Domino's pizza the other night, which was $44. Don't ask me how that happened, but anyway, it's not that expensive. So I'm doing a postcard here, and what I want to do is a just sold postcard right here. Okay. And so they have, just sold postcards. We can do whatever size we want. I kind of like the 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 bigger size, but I'm just going to do the smaller size here. And so single. So the first step is you can see this is the last one I did. I actually customized it, and I had several transactions I sold. And so I had various properties all on here with pictures, and it was all about I need listings. So, here we want to I want to pick out a just sold postcard. So I'm gonna do this one right here. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. We could do this one over here. And now I'm going to have to customize this image. Okay. So I want to, the other thing I can do, which sometimes I've done, is just let's try this one here. And then I won't have to worry about, I like that. So that'll be fine there. There's my front. Here's the back. Now I'm going to fix this. Okay. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to click customize right here. And by the way, if you ever have questions, I have the Q&A up. I will try to monitor if there's, I'll put the chat box up too, but you can ask me any questions you want. Okay. So right here, we're going to customize this. So I click on the customize button and you can see it has my name. Here, I'm going to put broker owner, I think, and there's my website. So all of that looks good. Personal photo, if I want to change that, I can do that. If I wanted to select that one, I could do that as well. But I think that's the one. Oh, I have to select an object on the card. So if I wanted to change that, I could do that. I'm going to select again the photo, and that cuts me off. Let's try that one. There we go. I think that's why I have that specific one. Now I can edit the front of the card if I want to. I can edit the back side of the card. And here, what I really want to do is I sold a condo in your area because this was a condo. And I'm going to just put that, just sold a condo in your area. I can sell yours too. I don't know why that. And by the way, if I make a typo, please put that in. I can do the scan here if I want to do that. And here, I'm just going to actually probably, um, actually, I'm going to see what that says, okay, before we get rid of that. So, all right, QR code, color scheme, I can change any of that. My messages, the logos on there. Everything, once you set this up, pretty much gets done. So I'm going to click continue. Please sure you've removed any placeholders. Okay. Now it gives you a chance to look at this before we send it out. So you can see this. I'm going to get rid of the scan here. Okay. So I need to edit the back. And I'm not going to put the days in because, and I think that is under the message. Sold by John Mayfield Real Estate, Inc. And here I'm going to put 212 Bayberry. Okay. By the way, just so you'll know, just sold cards are huge. Okay. And you really, you really need to be doing this. Now, I think I might put some line spaces there. It does make the text a little bit smaller. That's okay. Um, and okay. And so let's hit continue. It will give us a proof here. Again, any typos, let me know. JohnMMayfieldRE.com. There's a website. My phone number's on there. I think I do have, I think I am supposed to, and I got to go back here. So we got to fix that because I want to get rid of the scan here. Okay, I'll update that. And really, that's my cell phone. So I'm going to hit continue. And I want to edit the back because you're supposed to have, if you're in the school right now, we're supposed to have the broker's office phone number in ad, and it rings to my cell phone. So I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to put that. I do have my office address and the phone number. And since we will be moving to a condo that will not allow me to run a business out of out of my condo, I'm going to have to find a small little place to rent. So, okay, so there's my office number, office address, everything's in there. So it looks pretty good to me. And here we just click, I agree, everything looks fine. We're in the lines. I'm going to hit continue. Now, here's where it wants to know where do I want to send these? Okay. I can upload a mailing list, which is what we're going to do, or I can create a consumer mailing list. That's one where I would just go up there. I would like to use the address surrounding this property. That is what I was doing the first couple of times because I'm new getting back into the most all of my business has been repeat and referral. So I'm new getting back in to this whole um, prospecting, just like you. And I love to do this stuff. After my daughter and I sent these and we did it in like 15 minutes, I said, Ann, what we should do is go in and build our own mailing list. Okay. So I'm just going to type in, I'm in RPR 212 Bayberry. Now I want you to see how cool this is here. So here you're going to get to see the little condo that we bought. There's where we're going. I'll show you my house for sale here in a minute. But we're excited about it. My mom actually lived up the street. It is a 55 and old and over. I think my wife and I feel like we'll be the youngest ones there, but my sister and brother-in-law live there. But the pool's just a little ways up, and it does have a lot of room. There's like actually that carpeting guy, well, we're putting different floor covering and not carpet, but he said there's right at 2,000 square feet in there. So what I want to do now is I want to go over here and open the map. Okay. This map right here. And by the way, you know, you should see I mean, we're on Bayberry. That's our house there. Most of these condos sell a lot higher, and we were very fortunate and very blessed. And the lady had just dropped the price by $40,000. And my wife and I happened to look at it that morning, and there were a couple other people that had looked at it, but we were fortunate to get it. So now this is Grand Canyon. So I want to show you something here. This area right here is all Summerfield condominiums. These condos sell quickly. The only reason ours had not sold was it needs painting. The carpets were a mess. It's pretty, I feel it just needs a lot of work. Okay. And so I've been pulling carpets out and doing all that. We have some video to do on that, but to share on that on social media. But I want to come over here to draw what we're going to do. And by the way, when I put this online, I'm going to try to zoom in and so people can see this okay. And what I really want to do is a freehand. I don't want to do a radius. I could do the polygon, I could do the box, but I'm going to do freehand and we'll just try this a couple of times. So I need to start right here. I do not know why that gave me a radius. So we're going to do draw freehand. Okay. And by the way, edit. I don't know why that's giving me, we'll do the polygon. Must be a bug. But you don't get discouraged. And by the way, I need to make sure that I can see all of this. Okay. So we're going to try polygon. Hopefully this will work. And if it doesn't, you'll know that. Okay. Polygon is where you can click here. And I want to come right here to there, to there, all the way down here, here. See, I'm just going right around this subdivision. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and I could create a report. I don't want to do that, but I actually want to save this area, and I'm going to call this Summerfield. So I'll save that area. Okay. And now I just want to search that area right there. So there's nothing listed, right? And that's fine. So now I want to actually, what I think we want to do is I want to uncheck these. So again, you want to go just with the public records. Now let's update this report. So I'm researching. So there we go. So here I want to now, and we might have, there's 43 properties in there. And right here, you will notice mailing labels. Okay. So I'm going to click on mailing labels and it's going to say, do you want the property address or the tax billing? Well, most people have to live in the property. I can do tax billing and see it's going to give me the name. If I do property address, still gives me her name. So that looks pretty good. And I want all, and by the way, we'll do another area for you because you can do some really cool things here. And so now I don't want to print this. I want to actually um, records to export. Okay, let's click print. Give me a PDF, but I want to do this in, oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing, this is improvisation and you're learning as I'm going. If you wanted to print these out on Avery labels and do this yourself, you select PDF. I want to do the CSV, which is an fancy name for a spreadsheet that pulls the data out. So now I have the export. All right. So it went up here and I can come over here and it says mailing labels as I'm going to rename that and call this Summerfield. And I want to organize because I want to start working this little development because it's a great little development. Okay. Now let's jump, and that's in my downloads. You got to know where you're keeping this stuff. I'll organize it later. But now I want to go back over here to the personal mailing company, the personal marketing company, pardon me. And I want to upload my mailing list right here. Okay. Now, this is a CSV file, which is common. That's what it is. So I could have saved that in an Excel file. And I'm going to choose the file. Remember, it's in downloads. You got to remember where to put it. There it is right there. And so when I open this up, I'm going to now upload. Okay. First name, second name. Now it'll actually allow me to click this little arrow and I can see here that everything's going fine, except what? Doesn't have the street address. So here, property city, property state, property zip code, we've got property city and state, but we don't have the property address. Okay. So on address, I'm going to put that there, right, like that. And now let's take a look and see it's merging all of those correctly. All right, so I've got all of these ready to go. And here I want to select continue. There's my list. I want to select continue. I'm going to call this Summerfield and condos in Summerfield because I can use this list again if I want to. Now it's showing me 36 that can go out. There's one sample piece. I thought there were 43 mailing addresses, but I'll have to go in and take a look at that. But I'm going to go ahead and just send it to these 37 or 36. $28.80. Now, I don't have to do anything. It's going to these first class, they'll be glossy. They're going to go out tomorrow and we'll be good to go. Now, so right here, I can check out. Actually, I'll click save for later because I might want to go back and double check to see if there's something wrong with this spreadsheet. So there we go. I just sold a property and I'm going to send out some postcards. Now, here's what I want you to know. A broker for many years. I paid for this. I paid for we actually did just sold cards in our office. We went to the office supply store and bought a good heavy quality stock. It's kind of a heavy stock postcard paper. And we set this up. I'm going back in the day when there was a program called First Publisher, but we had a template and my secretary would set the picture out. And actually, she had a template for every agent in the office. And whenever they would just list a home or just sell a home, I would have my assistant print those and send them. And we would send 20 or 30 of those around to the neighborhood. It was the agent's job to go and get the street address numbers because we didn't have this kind of system. We didn't have RPR back then. So the agents had to drive, get the list, bring it back. My assistant would put it into a spreadsheet so that we would have it and merge them. And you cannot believe how many times on property tour, my agents would say, do you want to know how I got this listing? Was it just sold postcard? Now, when I taught GRI, graduate real estate courses for marketing, I encouraged them to send not only just sold cards, but just listed postcards. And here's what studies have shown. And there's research on this, and I don't have it in front of me, but if you'll just take my word, whenever a home goes up for sale in a neighborhood, there's 2 or 3 more that will go up for sale. My wife and I just put our home up for sale in our neighborhood. Prior to us, there were 2 other properties that recently went up for sale near us and 2 others in the back end. Just whenever you see a new listing in a neighborhood, there's a potential of somebody thinking about selling. Now, for new agents who don't have, I don't have a new listing to sell cards on. I haven't sold anything. What you need to do is this. Go to the agent who listed a home in the office or sold a home in the office and say, hey, I would like to send out some just listed postcards in the neighborhood or just sold postcards around your property that you listed or sold. Do you have a problem with that? Are you going to be doing that? Because if you are, I don't want to upset you or anything. Or you can say, if I get any business off of that, I'll be glad to give you a 20% referral fee. Or talk to your broker and manager and ensure that they're okay with you doing that. As a broker manager, if you're in my office and you don't want to go and send any brochures around, I'm talking to you now, but so I thought I'd stop the share. If you're one of my agents and you just sold a home and you don't want to send out just sold postcards and there's a new agent in the office that wants to, by golly, I want him to send them out. It's a numbers game. We need to do business. Now, in in fairness, I always told the new agents, you need to get the okay from that agent where you do that. And I think you ought to probably try to negotiate a referral fee with your agent in your office. And just be nice and say, hey, if you're not going to send just sell postcards, could I do that? And I'll give you a referral fee off any business that comes in. Now, uh, this is a great marketing strategy. And I remember going to a conference and a person said, I was a new agent. I couldn't send out postcards to say, I just sold the home in your neighborhood. So he said, we or our office just sold the home in your neighborhood. And I remember him saying it wasn't long until I was able to say, I just sold a home in your neighborhood. So don't let this scare you off. Uh, just listed, just sold properties in your office, if they're in the right location, can be great ways to generate business. I'm telling you, if you'll trust me, it's huge. Okay. That's why I'm doing this. Now, so we'll go back over here. I was on RPR, or we were on the personal marketing company. I'm going to come back to that. Now, so that's one way you can do it. Now let's just go back in to RPR. Actually, I want to do something kind of interesting here. So I'm going to go back to the home. I'm going to try something. And this is strictly, I've never done this. I'm going to uncheck. I want to search 63640, my zip code. Okay. So this is Farmington right here. Too many results. That's okay. I'm going to go to more filters right here. And I don't want the public records. What I want in this case, and I don't really want the for sale records. Okay. What I want is I want to know what has sold. And so I'm showing you something brand new here. I have no idea how this will work, but it'll be fun for us to take a look at it. So I'm just going to go back to August. Let's go back to May 1st, March 1st of 2023. Okay. And now I did custom date range, and I want to go through today's date, the 13th. Okay. And now we're just looking for solds in Farmington. It should have been more than that. 66 single family condo, other residential. Let's look here. Hmm. Oh, property type. I just want single family and condo. I'm doing public records. That wouldn't be it. Maybe. Let's see what happens when I click. Oh, close. There we go. I'm on public records. I was going to say 42 does not include public records sold. So you got to click the for sale button here, and the date we closed, include public records sold. That's all I'm really looking for here in Farmington. So now I want to 63640. We got that. 49 properties, but there's something going on weird here. include, let's just see. That should be a lot higher than that. And I don't know, single family, any price, any rooms, any bath. Let's see if I had any other filters on there. Oh, see right here. That's what's, I gotta go back to 23. So, the method to my madness. So stay with me, okay? Oh one, and I want to go to oh three. We'll do oh one. That's fine. So I'm going to apply that. Yeah, 580 solds. There we go. Update and search. All right. Now here's what we're going to do. This time I want to create a report. Okay. So I'm going to click a report and I'm going to create, let's just do market activity report. Continue with, I guess that's a template. And I'm going to do 63640. Really, we might have to also do this somewhere else. And I'm hoping that it will give me addresses. Well, let's just run the report here. Okay. So I'm going to download the report. And while this is cooking, like a show here, we might jump over into Maris and do the same thing. What I'm doing is I'm building a report and I'm going to upload this to Chat GPT and I'm going to ask Chat GPT based on this report what streets or areas in this zip code would be the most profitable for me to work. Okay. So now I'm going to download this report and we're just like, let's call it where to prospect in 63640. We're saving this in our downloads. I'm going to save it. So let's jump over Chat GPT and I'm going to come right here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to upload where to prospect. And here I'm going to type in, based on this report from my zip code, can you give me the best areas or streets to prospect? In other words, um, can you define a price point, street location, or other variable that would be the best area to earn business based on the sales data from this report? Okay, I'm going to copy this here real quickly, just in case we have to do a different report in Maris. So, the median sold, that's the good price. Median list price is a lot higher. So look at this. It's giving me some street addresses. Low to mid range. Now, this is kind of going outside. So what I want you to see, there's a couple of things I want you to see from this is there areas that we should target? Uh, so, it's giving me some stuff here, but if I looked at, there's a distressed property, these are foreclosures, so I could do some work there. But what I wanted to see is it actually gave me a street address. Okay. And, I could now focus on some various things. In other words, what I want you to see is I'm trying to do some work so that when I go in to look at this area, Farmington, I can maybe try to figure out where I should be trying to prospect, if that makes sense for you. And so, for example, one area, did not mean to do that. I wanted to actually, this is in Bonne Terre. I'm back over here in Farmington, and that's Highway D. And I'm going to just zoom in here. So here we go out St. Andrews, Lake Forest, Hillsborough Road, Wallace. So if I cut here past the railroad tracks, this area right here is what is called Hunter's Ridge. And I could do the same thing. So I don't know how I got there, but we will um, search this area. So here's the area right here. Sometimes don't get discouraged if this, so if RPR does some weird stuff. What I'm trying to do is I'm looking at the map. I know if I go across the railroad tracks, right back here is this Hunter's Ridge. So I'm going to draw polygon. I'm going to actually just start right about here. And I know if I come back over here, it's all right that I'm not right on the road because anything that's in that area, it will pull that up. So there are some properties for sale out here. And now I can go to mailing labels. And here I want to go back to CSV unless you're going to print these on your own. And from this point, what I would recommend in a bigger area is you do the tax billing, because with tax billing, there may be some of those properties might be renters. And so even if they live there, wherever their tax statement goes, that is where your postcard will go. So again, that's just my tip on on sending these out. The reason I didn't do that for Summerfield is because in that small condominium complex, you cannot rent out you can't rent out properties there. So that's why I went ahead and went with the property address. Now, you can do owner's name. If I was sending to the property, you could put here owner's name and or current resident, or just put current resident. For me, I would just do tax billing and do the owner name because it's going to do that. Now, I'm going to export this list out. And by the way, this is and I'm going to change that name to Hunter's Ridge. And if I wanted to go back out to the personal marketing company and I wanted to do postcards again, I could do any of these. You could have make an impact if you wanted to do some of those. All occasion, there's different things, inspirational, or you can just upload your own design, which is what I've done. So here's a market impact right here. And that's the back side. They all come with a sample. I just want to see how much this would cost us, okay? So I'm just going to leave this alone. We're going to click continue. Um, let's continue. And so this is, it's going to be just a generic card. Let's talk soon. This is a big time to make your move. And here I would click I agree, continue. All right. I don't want to do this every month. Let's just do it bi-monthly. Okay. And I'm going to select continue. Now, I'm going to farm this area and I'm going to upload my mailing list. I just want to again see. So, this is a CSV file. I'm going to choose this Hunter's Ridge, upload. And we need to put the property address because we already have city and state. So these are going to go out to all of these folks. So let's click continue. And it's give it, I'm just, again, I just want you to see. And so I'm going to call this Hunter's Ridge. I'm telling you what, this price range, this is where I told my daughter we need to send postcards out because these things will sell over there. Now it's only got 3 in there, so something's wrong, and I'll have to go back. But I guarantee you, I could probably do this whole subdivision for less than $50, probably, which seems like a lot. But then you go and order a pizza at Domino's, and it's $44, and um, there you have it. Well, I want to actually wrap up here and see if there's any questions, if there's anything in the chat I could answer. If you want to raise your hand, I can unmute you. So I'd be happy to do that and answer any questions you might have. I'm telling you what, I mean, I can't tell you the amount of money I've made farming areas. And that was back in the day when I had to go knock on doors or leave postcards. And that's a whole nother way that you could do this. You could just go and knock on doors if you want to do that. And so, lots of really cool things there. I do want to share with you, I'm going to put this in the chat. I'm actually doing I'm starting a new coaching program that I'm going to be doing every month. And also you get access to a lot of my other stuff I have. So I want to put this in the chat. Where's that at? I don't see any other, but I'm going to put this link in there. This is a link to my website. It will actually take you to this page, but every month we'll be doing some coaching, but you're going to get access to my program, which is called 5 minutes. It used to be called 5 minutes to Jumpstarting Your Real Estate Career. And it actually is, well, that's the wrong, show you the course here. It actually has a whole online series of stuff that you can take advantage of. And then along with this, I'm going to do Zoom meetings where each month do a different marketing session like this. And by the way, I'll put it online for you to be able to watch. And then we'll jump off and get on a Zoom call for those of you who want to. And you can just ask me questions about, hey, John, this is what I want to do. I want to generate some leads in this area. And so I'm going to actually be your coach. I'm doing this, as I mentioned, because I have so many new agents that need some help. And I have so many agents who call me and say, John, we just don't get the support from our brokerage like we were hoping we would get. And it saddens me. And I want to see you succeed. I don't want to see you spend all your money, go to my school, and then not be able to succeed. And that's the other reason I made this $29.99. Now, it is a monthly fee, and this is an inaugural price, but I wanted to make it so cheap that you'd feel silly if you if you didn't take it. But I mean, it is a subscription model, but there's a lot of stuff here you're going to get access to. So all of these modules have this specific one is all about budgeting. So when you log in, you'll see me with a little video introducing, but then you can do this right from your mobile phone. You get my book if you can download it, but there's spreadsheets, there's letters, there's just a multitude of stuff. Oh, I'd love to have you. I'm going to be doing this every month moving forward. I'm going to have the office hours afterwards, and then I'm going to be putting other stuff up there as well. There is a community that's just for the people who are in the coaching program. So if you're interested, that's the link. Hopefully, you got that in the chat. I'm going to send this recording out to everybody if they want to watch it, and I'll put a link in there where people can also. But this is an inaugural price, so take advantage of it. I'd love for you to do that. I don't see any other questions. I didn't want to go too much longer. We're already at almost 3 o'clock. So I hope you found this helpful. I'm going to go as soon as we get off and shoot my postcards out. So I hope you found it helpful. And thank you so much. And be on the lookout for next. I'll be doing another webinar coming up shortly. I might do a couple a month, but at some point, it's only going to be for those people who are members. So be sure and sign up. And that way you'll be one of you and I'll be coaching you. And by golly, you're going to make a lot of money in 2025. And I am too. And we're both going to keep each other accountable. Okay. So that's going to be the cool thing. Thanks so much. Have a great day. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.